South Africa's best ever batsman, Jacques Kallis, has retired from international cricket. The all-rounder retired from Test cricket last year after the home series against India.
I've notified Cricket South Africa prior to the selection of the Zim squad on Monday of my decision to retire from international cricket.
Chad le Clos wrote his name into the history books on Tuesday night when he grabbed 2 bronze medals to take his tally to 7 at the Commonwealth Games. He has now equalled the Games record set by legendary Australian swimmer Ian Thorpe at the Manchester Games in 2002.
Chad le Clos brought the curtain down on a spectacular swimming meeting at the 20th Commonwealth Games when he made history by clinching 2 medals on the final day to take his how to a record 7 in a single Games at the Tollcross International Swimming Centre.
Hampden Park was one of the focal points on day 6 of the Commonwealth Games, with plenty of medals up for grabs in athletics. Kenya and Jamaica dominated in the track and field and clinched a bagful of medals.
The women's 1,000 meters gave Kenya a memorable podium clean sweep. Joyce Kipachero snatched the gold medal with a winning time of 32 minutes and 9.4 seconds.
Australia continues to dominate at the Commonwealth Games as they beat South Africa 64-40 on Wednesday. The Aussies stretched their unbeaten run in Glasgow, winning their 4th game in a row to top Group A.
World champions Australia took on South Africa in a Group A encounter as the Aussies beat Netball Proteas 64-40.
South African Sevens player Siabelo Senatla has had a fantastic 2014. His season was capped off in a stunning fashion as he and the Blitzbokken teammates won gold at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow on Sunday.
Since his debut in 2013 in the Wellington Sevens, Siabelo Senatla has gone from strength to strength.
Moving on to football news now, the Under-19 International Tournament kicks off in KwaZulu-Natal tomorrow. It's the newest addition to the South African football development calendar. We're now joined in studio by Tournament Ambassador Matthew Booth. Matthew, thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us. You're, of course, an ambassador, as I just said. How important is tournaments like these coming into South Africa and playing against international sides?
Well, it's incredibly important, seeing as though our development structures are not so good these days.
It's all well and good that we get these international teams coming to South Africa, but then how difficult is it for us as South Africans to play against these teams, not probably having much international experience?
Yeah, well, for various reasons, you know, our junior teams have not played much, and that's why tournaments like this are so important for us to gauge where we stand on the world stage at this level.
Let's look at the development structures of Argentina, South America as a whole, as a continent, and then Europe. What are we lacking that they are doing so well?
I think they've got a direct ladder to success. There's a clear vision when a youngster of the age of 7 or 8, when he gets into an academy, he has a clear vision of where he has to go to become a professional and where he has to go to become a national team player. I think in South Africa, it's a little bit vague for us.
Absolutely, and we wish you all the best for the future and enjoy yourself in Durban. Of course, it will be a lot warmer than it is here.
Thank you.
Although Mamelodi Sundowns have made the EPSA Premiership and CAF Champions League their main priority, coach Pitso Mosimane says is still hopeful for some success in the other domestic competitions. Sundowns officially kicked off their season with the MTN 8 clash against defending champions Platinum Stars this Saturday.
For me, it's a pre-season cup, you know, but in South Africa you can't talk pre-season, you have to win, you know the story. There's bragging rights and supporters expect you to win.
1 week after he said he was undecided about whether to remain as head coach of the national side, Alejandro Sabella has resigned from his post with the Argentine national team. At a special ceremony in Buenos Aires to recognize his accomplishments in leading Argentina to the World Cup final, Sabella has initially offered no hint on his future with Los Albiceleste. Sabella led his side to second place in the World Cup in Brazil, failing at the last hurdle, suffering a 1-0 defeat to Germany in the final in extra time. Segundo Tevez, the father of Argentina and Juventus star Carlos Tevez, was kidnapped in Buenos Aires but released 8 hours later following a ransom payment on Tuesday. Segundo is back with his family after being kidnapped in the early hours of Tuesday in Buenos Aires and was said to be in good shape. That's all the sports news we have for you for now. From me, Mahdeen Chenya. Goodbye.